Okay guys, Batrule here. I recently saw a video on my YouTube recommendations page about this video right here. This are the 10 best weapons in Grand Peace Online. So I just wanted to react to it and see what I would change. And I was allowed to do this by Whis as well, so don't worry about that. He's a nice guy, he's a nice guy.
I'm Whis, and today I'm here to update an old video of mine, which is ranking the top 10 best weapons by order. And just a quick little advance, a weapon that relies on a specific build to be the best weapon in a scenario will not be counted, which means Golden Pole with Goro or...
Okay, so it only counts as weapons alone, nothing else. So that means no weapons with food, so no food buffs, like Gravity Blade with Sushi Pull.
Mink will not be counted, Kikoku with Ope will not be counted, and any type of weapon that only gets extremely good on a specific condition as well. Now, for honorable mentions, I will have Golden Pole with Minkston.
Okay, but what you just said, like you said no adding stuff, so I don't think Golden Staff should be a honorable mention, so I think you should replace that if I'm being honest.
Realistically, this would be the top 1 pick on the list, and because of the constant Minkston, it is a very good weapon, very strong weapon, but the only way to obtain it is by using either Mink or Goro, so it means the weapon itself is not one of the best, it's a passive from other thing that makes it the best. And then we have Kikoku with Ope.
Same with Kikoku Ope, you need a fruit to add 2 moves. You could always add a new sword here. I don't think you should add them as honorable mentions if you said they can't be in the list. If you get me.
Go with Ope is the same as Golden Pool. It's an extremely good sword, a lot of moves, a lot of damage, but it can only achieve that by using exterior source, so it does not count towards the list. And the last honorable mention we have will be Verazin. And the only reason this is not on the tier list, it's because the weapon is expected to be nerfed. At least that's what I expect. I made this list to be constant for at least a bit, but I do think that Verawhip will be getting nerfed very soon. If it does not get nerfed, it would surely be on the list, I'd say top 5 spot for sure. It has a massive M1 range, massive stun, the E move is a true extender, and the R move is basically a Tekai, a portable Tekai, so yeah, Verawhip's a pretty solid pick.
Okay, I'm fine with Verawhips being an honorable mention. It has a super long range. The grab move is really good, and it has a small Tekai as well, as you said. Like it's good for. It has low M1, so that's the only bad thing about it. But it has super long range. I think it has the most range in the game.
Bro, you still recording?
So starting down, on number 10 I have Kikoku. Kikoku has been a reliable weapon. This is base Kikoku, not OP Kikoku. Kikoku has been a reliable weapon for quite some time. It has a very good extender, it has insane M1s, good scaling, and the extremely high damage combo finisher. The overall damage is pretty solid. The only downside of Kikoku is the R move having quite a long cooldown, but I think the M1s compensate for it. Overall, a pretty solid pick.
Okay, I'm fine with Kikoku being 10, if I'm being honest. I put it there as well. Kikoku is a very good weapon. Ampute is a combo extender. Sturbanlin is a block breaker. So it is a really good weapon. It deserves to be on this list, definitely.
For number 9, I have Iceborne Rapier. Iceborne Rapier was recently nerfed. I mean, not really nerfed, it was changed. It does not have 2 extenders anymore, but the R move last hit guard breaks. In my opinion, that's a nerf, but for some players you see it as a buff, so it will be placed now number 9. It decreased a little bit from the last tier, but yes. Then we have Bone Shiver, which was...
Okay, for number 9, I changed it actually. I put Iceborne Rapier higher up in the list, and I put Hollow's Halberd at number 9. I personally love Iceborne Rapier. It's been with me for some years. It was my favorite weapon before World Ender came out. Wait, I don't know actually. What the fuck, bro?
I have Iceborne Rapier. Iceborne Rapier was recently nerfed. I mean, not really nerfed, it was changed. It does not have 2 extenders anymore, but the R move last hit guard breaks. In my opinion, that's a nerf, but for some players you see it as a buff, So it will be placed now number 9. It decreased a little bit from the last tier, but yes. Then we have Bone Shiver.
Okay, so I actually put Hollow's Halberd at 9. Don't get me wrong, it's a good weapon. It's long, it's strong, it's sharp. What more can you want from a weapon, honestly? The grab move is good. It pulls you out, like it takes you so far. You can if you're close to water and they have a fruit, just knock them in the water. But I don't think the E is a combo extender. It could be better. So I put Hollow Salver at number 9.
Which was a weapon that was Inverted Spear of Heaven, ISO. This is a very good weapon. It has an extremely high damage extender. It has the best counter in the game. The only reason this weapon is so high is because the extender does 300 damage. It stalls quite a little bit for cooldowns, and the counter still does insane amount of damage, has a lot of frames, and has extremely low cooldown, because the M1s are not that good. For number 6, we have Stark.
I put ISO higher up in the list. I really like it. The combo extenders on it are really good. The counter is really good. It deals heavy damage. Same with the spinning move. You can also make it like you can pull people with it. It's really broken, honestly. Like there's nothing much to say about it. Everybody knows it's broken, so I put it higher on my list. And I actually replaced it with World Ender. World Ender is also one of my favorite weapons in the game. I used to main it. I have multiple videos about it. You can also the Trox. It's true, but it's kind of weird to do it. Soul Eater gives you heavy amount of HP back, so I put it on my tier list because it's just a good weapon. Honestly, the heal, it's special. There's nothing like it except CC.
Sarkhan has 2 true extenders, being the Wolves and the Z move. It also has the E move, which is a lot of damage, and if hold, it guard breaks. It's a pretty solid weapon. It has good M1 range and pretty quick M1s, I'd say. Pretty consistent overall. That's why it has such the ranking. Now going into top 5. On my top.
Okay, I personally love Star Guns in BR. I use it all the times when I get it. But I did not put it on my list because it's a gun. Not many weapons use guns. And instead I put Elo Hammer on my list. Elo Hammer is another melee weapon. It has 2 combo extenders. It deals heavy amount of damage. Everybody hates grounds. It just irritates me myself when I get grounded. I just hate it, honestly. No one likes ground moves, honestly. So that's why I put Elo Hammer on my list. It has good damage. It's a melee weapon. A lot of fighting styles use melee.
5, I have Gravity Blade. Gravity Blade is a pretty heavy damage sword. It has 2 extenders. The E move is quite hard to make consistent without a wall, but you can also make it consistently true on up tilt, and they both do hundreds and hundreds of damage. The Gravity Blade R move guard breaks on last hit as well, and it's also a 300 damage combo extender. The E move is a barrage. It does really high damage, but it also wastes a lot of stamina. Both of these moves are pretty good, and they have extremely low cooldown. That's why it's so high on the list. Number 4.
Okay, on my number 5, I put Kraken Blade. Everybody knows about Kraken Blade. It's one of the first weapons you get. It has 2 combo extenders. It has good damage. It deals a lot of damage. It used to be the highest M1 damage in the game, but it got replaced by I can't remember it on top of my head, but I can't remember it on top of my head, but it has been replaced. So I put Kraken Blade. The E just pulls you towards you. It's true. And the Gravity Blade, like, it's hard to hit, at least the R. So I just removed it off my list.
We have Hollow Halberd. Now, these can be changed with number 3 depending on the build specifics, but as an overall, Hollow Halberd is probably one of the best weapons in the game. It has 2 true extenders. They both do from 150 to 300 damage. They have a normal cooldown. One has 15 seconds and the other has 20, which means on PvP pads or arena they will have 21 to 30. They both do extremely high damage. The E move guard breaks on last hit. They're both pretty consistent, and it has extremely good M1s as well with extremely good scaling. We have Hollow Halberd. Now, these can be changed with number 3 depending on the build specifics, but as an overall, Hollow Halberd is probably one of the best weapons in the game. It has 2 true extenders. They both do from 150 to 300 damage. They have a normal cooldown. One has 15 seconds and the other has 20, which means on PvP pads or arena they will have 21 to 30. They both do extremely high damage. The E move guard breaks on last hit. They're both pretty consistent, and it has extremely good M1s as well with extremely good scaling. Now on to the top 3.
Okay, so I actually put Neptune's Trident on number 4. Both the moves are block breaker. There's nothing really much to say about it. It's a really good weapon. It's always been really good for as long as I can remember, for as long as I can play, as I've played. The Neptune, it has a ground move, of course, as I've said. Everybody hates ground moves. The pull, if you up tilt and pull, it's true as well, so there's nothing much to say about it, but I put it on number 4.
For third spot, we have Neptune's Trident. And Neptune Trident might just be the best sword for the price in the list. It's extremely easy to get a Neptune Trident. You can give like a leg chest for it, and you can get it. It has 2 true combo extenders. Both have extremely low cooldown. The only problem is the E move is sometimes inconsistent and it's very ping based. And also the E move does little to no damage. And the R move hitbox is sometimes glitchy, but it does still guard break, and they both have extremely low cooldown extenders, so yeah. For second place, we have Roger's Ace.
Okay, for my number 3, this is where I put Iceman Rapier. It's a really good weapon, and I remember when you used to block, both of the moves block break. It has been one of my favorite weapons all throughout the game. It was really OP when it came out. It got nerfed a lot of times, then it got recently buffed, as he said earlier in the video. I really like it still. The lunge is a combo extender, R is a guard break now, and it's still really good. It has low M1 damage, it's a light weapon, so it's fast, but yeah.
Roger's Ace is quite literally the definition of a perfect sword. It has a very good solid guard breaker, it has a good block punisher, it has a counter, and it has the Z move, which is extra chip damage. You can also make the X move into Z true, because they will be dazed and get stunned, but it's very hard to do and have to aim it in a very specific way, so I will not be counting that. But overall it has a pretty good 2 combo starters, pretty high damage overall, has a counter, very good sword. And for number 1,
okay, so this is where I put ISO. I really love ISO. It is Toji's weapon, of course, from Jujutsu Kaisen. Both the moves are a guard break. The R can pull people towards them. Pull people towards you, I mean. It has a spinning move. It's really good. It deals a lot of damage, I think around 300, and the counter around 300. It's easy damage, heavy damage, but has low scaling on M1s. I place it on number 2 in my tier list.
nothing else than Jester Scythe. And now, why Jester Scythe? This might be an underrated pick, so I'm gonna have to explain it. I made a video on Jester Scythe before and why it is so good. So to explain it, Jester Scythe R move is basically the perfect move to have in your kit. It's a massive grab that cannot be PB'd, cannot be blocked. It's extremely hard to make your counter hit the timing perfectly to counter it, because it stuns you for long before doing the damage, and it also has low cooldown. So it's basically a free combo starter, a free true combo starter every single time. The only real way to avoid getting hit by this is by using your evasive. And you can do things like, I'm not talking build specific, but you can do things like Jester Scythe R into Zushipu just to confirm it. But again, you do not have to use the Zushipu, because Jester Scythe R is a combo starter and extender by itself. And then it also has the E move, which is a true extender with also relatively low cooldown. So yeah, both moves on this weapon extend, they are all pretty solid. So this is our list.
Okay, so for my number 1 I put Ace. As he explained, it has a lot of combo extenders, it's really good, and it's a perfect weapon overall. There's nothing really to say, he explained the most about Ace. But yeah, I'll put my tier list right beside his, and yeah, thank you for watching my video.
Be citing the number